Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Thanks for Holding podcast. In this episode, we're on hold with Alex, founding member of Syncly.
It's me. Nice meeting you.
Good morning, everyone, and hello from San Francisco.
Where is everybody calling from? Feel free to leave it in the chat. And also feel free to share your favorite board game.
What's your favorite board game?
I got addicted to this game. It's called Kazan. Is that? I don't know if you guys know, but that's the one that I play with all my friends in San Francisco, and it takes hours actually because you have to negotiate with one another.
Nice.
But it's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
Are you a good negotiator now?
I'm trying to be. I think I'm getting better. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
And awesome. Hi, Ugo from SF, Werewolf.
Oh, nice.
Have you played Werewolf before?
No, but I want to. I'm curious what werewolf is. That sounds intriguing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. How you go? Yeah. Thanks for joining. Nice.
Great. So we would love to start the conversation about your background and also how Syncly came to be.
Yeah, thank you. So, hey, Asset Monopoly. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. Yes. So my name is Alex. I'm a co-founder of Syncly, and we came about 3 years ago. So it's been quite a journey so far. We're W23 YC batch, and we started this journey going into YC. Actually, we were working on a different thing. We switched, pivoted this into what we're building right now. So there's a little bit of history. We're AI guys. We've been around for about 10 years. So before this rodeo, we did work on ML, like machine learning. It was called differently, the AI. But what we did at the time was we're automating the QA process in the production line. So we're using computer vision, we're using natural language and all that. But at the time, when we're scaling, we ran into this problem of not being able to understand customers, what they're saying, what are the things that they are struggling to understand about product and all that. So we thought that, hey, is there a great solution out there? But there are people churning. There are people, just customers who are not just happy with our product. We didn't understand why they're not using our product. When we had like 5 or 10 customers, it was fine because we can, hold their hands, and being able to understand. We get the visibility. But when you scale, when you started getting a lot of tickets, when you started working with like hundreds of customers, that when you start losing that visibility. So that happened. We didn't understand why. There's no scale-up solution out there. So we thought after exiting and sold the company, we decided to work on that problem. And I think it was pretty much evident after we start talking to a lot of people that, hey, either companies have problems scaling because of they're not getting any visibility, or the company is just scaled. They just don't, things break right for them. So we thought we need to fix this, and just like you guys, we're I think working on the scalability issue.
Awesome. Yeah, super cool to hear how you guys started. Another question. So for startups that are getting their feedback from everywhere, from social media, support tickets, reviews, what's the best way to bring everything together without getting buried in the data?
That's a great question. Yes, what I see after talking to a lot of potential customers and our early customers is that the things are everywhere, right? Customers will leave their comments and leave their reviews and leave their whatever, because nowadays social is very active. So you see a lot of engagement going on in social media. You see a lot of engagement going on in reviews and then Reddit, places like Discord and all that too. So yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. Now the problem is you cannot, fix what you cannot see, and you cannot see without having the holistic version of data. So that's when we come in, right? So I ran into one of our customers. They had an Excel file. There are a lot of people putting a lot of hours in there to help them understand, like, hey, what's going on? I need to be able to understand how big this issue is I came across today, right? How long it's been going on and all that. There was no way they could tell that because they had to log into Instagram to understand what's going on in Instagram. They had to log into their, return platform in order to understand what's going on there. So everything's so segregated, everything's so scattered. So they had to, find a place where they can become a centralized database for their customer feedback. So that's when we thought that, hey, there's a value in it, by centralizing everything into one place so that you have now the version of data that's holistic and they can really give you data-backed decision-making capability, if that makes sense.
Nice. And I'm curious from your experience, what is a place customers give feedback that would surprise most people? Like the most unusual platform?
I don't know nowadays if there's any unusual platform, but I think there's a trend that people are talking more on social media, just like you guys are aware of. People don't take it to your maybe support tickets anymore. Not just support tickets, but they know that your problem gets fixed a little faster if you post it on social media. If you go viral, and that's even better because they're gonna call you and, hey, Alex, I see what's going on, so let me help you with that, so they can fix your problem like that. So
or when they tag the founder.
Yeah. When they tag the founders, yes, not just company, not just marketing or CX. Hey, I have a trouble. Steve
Hi, Mark
Jobs.
Benioff.
Yeah, I'm Benioff, and hey, Elon, what's going on? Tesla's not working, and then Elon's gonna get on their marketing's ass about hey, what are you guys doing? You need to fix this. Get on this. So I think that part of the equation too. That hey, I want to be there for our customers. I want to make sure that I have the ability to monitor this over time and make sure that we do this right? So that our leadership and everyone stays happy, and we detect this early on so that we can contain it before it gets viral. If that makes sense. Okay. Hey.
Hi, Imran.
Denver, Colorado. Hey, welcome. Yeah. Dan Sue. Yeah, that's a great agency. Yes. Yes. Big fan.
So our next question is, if you had to choose, what's the number one piece of customer feedback across every company?
Number one customer feedback across every company. That's a tricky question, but what I see, there are a lot of, let's say, delivery, different insights that they're looking for, but I think people are trying to understand what really is holding them back from coming back to them and purchasing again, right? I think that's the piece of the puzzle that everyone tries to make sure that they get eyes on it, but it's really hard to cross-reference the quantitative data with the qualitative data with the current tech stack that everybody has. So let's say you got 5-star reviews. Let's say you got 1-star review. You probably have no idea what's driving this, right? And you cannot read thousands of Amazon reviews and thousands of Target reviews and all that to really understand that. We can do that. I mean, it's important that you understand every time people say this thing, it always end up in 1 star. Now this is urgent, right? We need to go and fix that. But I'm sure that you've had that issue where you talk to product, hey, this comes about a lot, right? And I came across this morning too. This is going on, and product will be like, all right, how many people are experiencing that? Or hey, Alice, can you give me some more details? In what context, right? So these are the things that our customers, our users are really struggling to understand before Syncly and after Syncly is a little different. But I think that's one piece of the puzzle that everybody wants to solve. I want our customers to come back happy. I want what's driving those factors. And hey, I think that's what everyone wants to know, right? From the data. So, yeah. And
I would love to know your product. Can you share more about the features and how it is for a customer before and after using your product?
Yeah, definitely. So we work with a lot of customers who are trying to scale, right? Or who's already scaled but don't have a scalable way to understand what customers are saying. So we provide integration from our platform to integrate auto-ingest everything that they're engaging their customers on. Let's say either Gorgeous, or there are many different platforms, not just customer support channels, but also Amazon reviews, Target review, 3P platforms like that, or even surveys and all that too. So a lot of people come to us because they need a centralized place to hold all their data from that on, what we call CODA framework. So centralize, organize. We use AI to organize it, auto-classify everything. Now it's in the bucket of, hey, pricing, bucket of product-related questions, bucket of, let's say, whatever is driving your customers' their site experience, right? Website, is it in purchasing history and all that too. So yeah, that and now it's because you have a holistic data, it's a lot easier for you to discover. Now it's easier to take an action because you have all the things they've been saying in the past 6 months Now you have the data, right? Hey, I can show you how long this has been going on and what are the people who are seeing it. And this is our VIP customers who are not happy with our services or product that we offer. So we provide that, and we do what we come up with as Hey Syncly nowadays. It's what our user favorite. So what they do is pretty much they can ask any question just like ChatGPT, but the answer will be based on your real data, your own data. So the answer will be a lot more relevant, a lot more granular, and that's the key to become an action. Hey, Alex. Hey, how are you? Thank you.
And we have a question from our audience, Imran. How do you balance automation with maintaining the human element in support?
Oh, how do I maintain the human element in the support? That's a great question. I think we're talking more about the AI chatbot use case, but yes, we believe that AI agent is going to get better over time, of course, and then like there are different types of customer support, and that's necessary to solve each case, right? Not everything needs human support. If AI can fix my problem, I don't need to speak to human. I don't think so. But people need human touch because AI doesn't understand what I'm trying to do, right? So this is what gets them frustrated, I think. So that's when human is needed in the process. But I think once AI agent gets more sophisticated and being able to understand what you're trying to accomplish, what your customers are trying to accomplish on their call or on their tickets, I don't think people have any problem. Hey, you can solve this in 10 seconds. I wouldn't mind talking to the robot and human, right? Yeah. It's a great question. Thank you, Imran. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah, if anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll definitely get to them. So now shifting the conversation to, TikTok, and different social media channels, we're wondering for TikTok brands, TikTok first brands that rely heavily on creators and social engagement, what kind of customer signals or feedback loops are most important to track there?
That's a great question because a lot of our customers and a lot of companies are trying to grow on TikTok, right? So twofold. Number one, detect early signals, right? You don't want wrong things go viral. You don't want, I think it's worth more that you get people talk about CPMs, they talk about all this earned media value and all that, but that comes, I think, because you're trying to create the right content and you get your, expand your fan base and all that, creating more brand awareness. This is important, but however, what's more important is I think when your brand gets bigger and bigger, and now you need to contain this, wrong things go viral. And I think stopping one of the wrong, let's say, which is not even accurate, those posting from going viral is more is more valuable than getting like 5 different viral posting about positive things. So I think that comes into play. Number 2 is understanding your audience on TikTok. So what do they say? What are the things that they resonate with, right? When you post something, you want to know what's going on, right? In the comment section, in the different posts, they might be in the Twitter, they can just reply and hey, retweet and say different things, right? How do customers respond to your latest launch? Latest, I guess, different campaigns that you do. I think that's also relevant to any agencies out there too. But in order you need to understand and have that ongoing basis monitor capability in order to understand if you're doing a good job, if you're not doing a good job, what's necessary in order to change the course and all that. So I think that's what is even hard to do nowadays with the TikTok's limited API and everything. I don't think any legacy tools out there are trying to fix their problem. So hey, 14 AI and Syncly needs to fix it, right? So we're there to fix problems. We're the fixers, guys. So yes, definitely.
Hacking and hustling every day.
Yes. We're here at 8:50, guys.
Yeah.
8:50, 8 a.m. Yeah.
We have a question from Michael. What is your opinion on classical quantitative metrics like CSAT and NPS, and are they still relevant nowadays?
Yeah, great question. I'm not throwing any shadows on anyone or anybody, but that metrics, to be honest, all the users that are trying to look forward to, hey, what matters more? I think they focus more on sentiment, what's ongoing sentiment, because oftentimes CSAT and NPS is only recorded after what's happened, right? So that's more of a late lagging indicator than the leading indicator. What you can predict in the future would, sentiment becomes a good indicator for if is this customer, growingly become frustrated, right, over time, in the course of the having a conversation too. So I think that that piece is more valuable or more relevant to, if you want to, preemptively, or if you want to proactively solve their problems and all that. I think that becomes more valuable in the feedback loop and all that nowadays. Yeah, but I mean, CSAT, of course, NPS are, great piece of, when you look back how we perform in the Q4, how we perform in the Q3, what are the drivers for driving CSATs and all that. Great reference points. Yes, if you're doing it, you should, continue to do it. But there are other things that can complement around CSATs and NPS to really elevate your game. That's my take on that.
Another question. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's super helpful.
These are great questions from the audience. I love it. Yeah.
And we have a few more. So one from Ugo: with all the channel feedback could come from, there's a lot of diversity in feedback. How should brand balance addressing very specific feedbacks? And is there a way to make sure you do not lose feedback in all the media noise?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Yes. I think that that's when AI comes in to help. Really, there's only so much you can do. You cannot throw people at this problem and expect them to solve this for you, right? AI is good at scaling and maintaining. You're able to maintain the visibility of what's going on TikTok, Instagram, and then Facebook and YouTube and all that by using AI, because AI agents or anything AI, right? Because that's the core issue that we're trying to fix, is that you lose visibility when you grow, and when your customers start to, hey, they decide to communicate on TikTok nowadays. Hey, there's no control over this, but hey, it's really hard to get there, be omnipresent and everywhere if you're a person, right? But AI can do that. So I think that it's about time that hey, 2026 is coming. It's about time that we need to get on the AI initiative and get more familiar with AI in the space. And there are a lot of great services and products out there that can solve that issue too. So yeah.
And speaking of AI, Fernando also suggested to leverage AI for intent analysis to give you predictive CSAT.
I love that. Thank you, Fernando. First of all, yes, that's a great point. Yes, AI is great at reading context nowadays, because it can break down the natural language a lot better nowadays. So yes. It does also capture the context along with all the CSAT, so you can predict what the CSAT is going to be, or is this customer is going to be happy or not so happy. So yes, for sure. Good to see you, Fernando, by the way.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And a question from Matthew: are there any additional problems that come with effectively delivering feedback for brands as they scale up? And if so, how to approach this?
Yeah, so feedback is interesting because let's say you have hundreds of feedbacks that you're not understanding, right? That feels like a burden, right? Hey, I want to be customer centric. I want to make sure that our customers gets the best of the best. However, you're not really understanding what's best for them, right? But once you put AI on top of this is when it gets, hey, I can leverage feedback and I can really get back to you on the things that matters the most to you, right? So you're not missing out on any context. So I think that sorry, I think we're missing that here. So yeah, the delivering feedback for any brands that scaling up, things break down, right? And now when you're early, every single thing matters. Every single feedback, you already understand, you already know what's going on. But hey, when you're scaling up the brand, when you started getting, let's say, any one of your TikTok videos go viral and people want your product, hey, they're going to be coming in with a lot of comments, a lot of the posts, a lot of things. Now it all of a sudden it becomes almost impossible to get that visibility. Now that's when AI can come in and help you understand it. So I think when you're trying to scale, understanding feedback, but delivering those insights to leadership, product team, operations team, that becomes really relevant. And that really is a collective, effort, not just, falls on any CX or any just marketing, if that makes sense.
Awesome. And we have another question from Imran. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm curious, as you collect data from multiple channels like TikTok and Instagram and X, how do you ensure consistency and context across those inputs? I imagine unifying qualitative and quantitative signals is quite complex at scale.
Oh, this is a great question. I love Imran. Can we be friends on LinkedIn? I love your question. This is very technical questions too. Yes. I think that it's so what we do is we optimize, and when we ingest the data, we find, we work with customers too, but we optimize every single data point so that it is optimized for AI analysis. So when we do that, what we do is we break down every conversation into what we call feedback blocks. Every single phrase that actually is meaningful for customers, we turn that into a feedback. So people can talk about, hey, in X word, TikTok or Instagram, they can talk about their, hey, I got my package. The package is broken, but when I opened it, it was great. So your product looks nice, but it's not really functioning. Right? There are three pieces of important things here: your package issue, and what it looks like on the surface. Its design is great, but hey, there's a functionality issue, right? So these gets broken down into and then gets it right, dumped into right bucket so that you know what exactly they're talking about. One ticket doesn't become a one issue, but it becomes multiple combination of multiple things that they want to talk about. And we capture that. We put that into the right. We gets classified into right bucket, and that's the start beginning of great AI analysis. We set everything up for success. Yes.
I love it. And I'm curious from your experience, how does customer feedback differ between B2B and B2C companies? And how should each approach it differently?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think that we work with a lot of B2B and B2C companies, but there are a growing number of B2C companies that also sell to B2B. If you're big enough, or if you're growing and people want to, hey, I want to be able to work with you on a B2B scale, and that becomes relevant to any brands, I think. There are, let's say, hey, I have Target as a customer who wants to, or Walmart as a customer, but at the same time, I'm D2C too. So, hey, these are, when they're trying to expand, you have more fan base, you're trying to diversify your distribution channels, that becomes relevant. And I think that B2B is not a question of B2 or B2C. It's more a question of, hey, are we understanding? Are we staying on top of what customers are trying to understand or like about our product? What do they dislike about our products? Hey, can we, can we get better on this, right? Can we improve this, over time and all across the board, right? How do we do that? And there's an AI that can shorten that, feedback loop time, so that it's a lot easier for any team to make a decision because there's data, right? So, yeah, I think that's a great question. But B2B, B2C now, it becomes really, they're like this. They're everywhere. I think they're both, right? So if you're solving a issue for B2C, you should be solving it for B2B, B2B to B2C as well.
B2B to B2C.
B2B to B2C. Yes. Early morning for yeah. But we gotta you gotta be up on it. Yes. B2B to B2B. Yes.
Our next dream.
Yes. Definitely. I love it. Yeah.
So we're also curious who at companies is using Syncly the most. Is it the founders, like CX folks, marketing? What are you seeing across the board?
Yeah. Great question. It's not. We started out working with a lot of CX folks because they're the one who needs to convey the VOC to their entire team. Everyone relies on them, and whenever things go wrong, they're the one who gets asked, "Hey, what's going on, Alex? You're head of CX. You got to understand what's going on and tell me." And there was no scalable way to do that, right? So now when you have scalable way to understand VOC, now CX people, marketing, they come in and they want to find who likes our product. I want to find the right testimonial. And they can do that based on the sentiment analysis. Now, who else? A marketing team and founders, yes, the leadership, because they don't have to ask questions to CX. They can just go in and type in any questions on Syncly and being able to get the answers right away. Hey, I came across this morning. I want to know how long it's been going on. They can do that. Who else? Product development, operations. Hey, how can we better our delivery? How can we better our packaging? These are the important questions that are relevant to these people. So what we do is during the onboarding stage, we would demo our product, or we would present our product to these relevant teams that they want to onboard, and we create a dashboard that is relevant for each of these users and each of these departments, so that they know they can get the value out of the Syncly from day one. So yeah, this happens during the onboarding, and usually they get involved whenever we have success calls, we're MBR and things like that. They give a lot of good insights, and they give a lot of good inputs because it's coming from everywhere, right? But these are, when you boil down to it, these are all encompassing what I want to understand about the customers. Maybe different angles, but yes, Everything's there. All you need to find a way is find a way to best present it in the way that's relevant for each of these teams.
And I'm curious, what's your ultimate your ultimate mission with Syncly?
Yeah, mission. There are two different things that we're trying to make sure that we deliver to customers. Of course, it's a little different from customer to customer because there are different jobs to be done. Number one, I think that everyone should be able to make data-driven decisions. Right now, with the quality of data, it's not that easy. You guys know this. It's not that easy, right? And everyone, if you get visibility, yes, you can. And another thing is it has to be easy that everyone can use it. So we're there are new features out there. We're coming up with AI agents, but AI agent not in a sense that we're solving any tickets, but it's more of a AI analyst that's at your disposal. You can ask AI about any questions that you're curious about. Hey, build me a dashboard that gives me if there's any correlation between the churn rate or the customers who are not coming back to the discontinued membership or whatever to their purchasing history or purchasing. I see that purchasing, purchasing like the history and all that. So like their experience. So overall, AI can do just that without you having to, build that for yourself. So I think that that's the ultimate dream, easy to use and data, backed decision making. Yes. All right, Imran, I love that again. I love you, Imran. We're going to be best friends. I'd love to talk to you actually after this. That's really interesting. Okay, the way you differentiate between B2B and B2C in terms of feedback, velocity, and the signal's quality. Okay, I love learn more about that, how your team approach these challenges at 14 AI, especially around unifying multi-channel feedback into the single actionable framework. It seems like the space. Yeah. What kind of data? Okay, machine learning challenges that are them. Okay, this is great. Yes.
So I'm curious, what kind of data or machine learning challenges are you most excited?
Yeah. I'm excited about challenges all the time, guys. Trust me. Yes. By the way, Imran, I'm Syncly. 14 AI, Syncly 14 AI. Yes, thank you. I think that there's a lot of at the beginning, even 2 years back when I look back, there's a lot of hallucinations. So we got to the point where we, when we're using AI and AI might misunderstand and all that. So I think that increasing the capability is really important, but how to sharpen the use case and optimize the our AI to CX use case, marketing use case, and other use cases that matter the most. How we can optimize our answers based on your data. I think that's important. So we're excited about the new capabilities that Gemini just came out and Grok just came out. It's that San Francisco is everyone's AI, and I feel like each week or each month there's a major AI launch and all that. So I'm excited to learn that AI is capable of doing more things nowadays and more accurately. Now, people who didn't see the value in last 2 years, they actually came back and, hey, I'm ready to jump on AI. So I think that's a great trend, and I'm excited for all the use cases it's going to bring to the table because the basis, the foundation of the AI engines, yes, it's going to only get better, right? But how it's a matter of whether you solve your customer's problem or not. If you're addressing the right issue for the application layer on top of these AI, and if you can solve their issues, that's great. But if you're AI, you're fancy. But if you're not solving their issues, they don't care. Yeah. We learned the hard way. So hey, I stopped saying we're an AI company anymore because that's not really relevant to whether or not we actually solve your issue. So yes.
Mm-hmm. We're wondering, does Syncly use Syncly?
Yes, I use Syncly every day. So our product team, yes, use Syncly. We don't have CX team, just it's me. So I use it every day, of course. We connect all these Slack channels with our customers, so we connect that to Syncly. We use I think we use Intercom. I think I'm not on top of it, sorry, but I mean yes, Intercom. We use Intercom and we ingest those tickets. Whenever we get mentioned on Reddit, we get mentioned on any review sites or surveys or anything like that, we do that. We send out surveys sometimes, so we analyze that on Syncly too. So what's great about that is that you don't have to segment those data. You can if you want to, but it gets all stored in Syncly and you don't have to manage it. It's just AI, auto categories and everything. And AI is great at finding the unknowns too, right? So it just yes, refresh whenever. We don't have to maintain taxonomy or anything like that. But yes, so the short question is yes, Syncly uses Syncly, and I love using Syncly. So thank you.
Amazing. And yeah, looking ahead, how do you see the future of customer feedback evolving with AI?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mari. This is great. I think that it needs to get easier, or it needs to, we need to elevate our game to make sure that because if you look at it, the tech stack is full, and they're busy learning about all these features on Intercom, the customer support tool, busy learning about these other other tools that they're already using. They don't have time to learn Syncly. I learned it the hard way again. People actually, they love our initiative and everything. They sign up, they stop using for about a month. So we actually are coming up with a lot of different features that can get them excited about learning more about the VOC. But I think the most important question is it easy enough? Is it easy enough for people to come back, or not having to require a lot of learning? Can they use it for what they want? And they can just come in and ask them. They should be able to do that like ChatGPT. That's the experience people are expecting these days, and that's the experience that we're trying to give. So I think ChatGPT has elevated the expectation for everyone. I think if that's a game that we're going to play, then hey, that's a game we're going to play, and we better win it. Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, hey, Jen. Nice meeting you. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much for today's live.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate that. It's a pleasure. Go 14AI. Go Syncly, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, come back next week. We're gonna have great stuff as well. Yeah, and by the way, I love what 14AI is working on and everything. Shout out to YC. Shout out to 14AI, any AI companies out there. But yeah, excited. I'd be happy to chat on LinkedIn, or I'm happy to chat anywhere you want. And Imran, make sure you befriend me, or I'm gonna hunt you down, buddy. But yeah, we gotta. Thank you so much for engaging audience and everything, and thanks for having me. Yeah, excited for this.
Thank you. And to everybody in the audience, our next episode is going to be live next week, and we're going to be talking about how AI is changing B2C content creation. So feel free to sign up. Link is right here in the comments.
Have a beautiful day, everyone.
Have a great day. Bye.
Happy Hump Day,
Thank
everyone.
you, Alex.
Bye-bye.
Yes.